The goal of the chloroplast and food simulation video is to figure out the key features of the chloroplast and food simulation. So I am in the chloroplast and food simulation. I just want to orient you to a couple of the key features. So over here, we've got setup and reset. So you're always going to have to press setup to get everything started. And when you're ready to go, you'll of course press go. Right now, it's going to default to auto stop at time 2000. And for this particular activity, you do want to keep this auto stopping at time 2000. Later on in lesson 6, you'll have some opportunities to manipulate this particular simulation a little bit more and can kind of conduct some investigations of your choice. So all of these green sliders are variables that are going to go into the simulation. So we've got initial number of chloroplasts, which is 3. So we're going to keep that at 3. So these big green things are the chloroplasts. That's what gives your plants, including your algae, the green color that they have. We also have initial carbon dioxide level of 100. And so if you were to go ahead and count, there would be 100 molecules of carbon dioxide over here. So each one of these is a molecule of carbon dioxide. We're going to have some water flowing through the leaf, and we're going to keep this at 25 for right now. And we're going to have some light in our simulation. We're going to keep that at 50. So right now we actually just have carbon dioxide, which are these molecules in the chloroplasts. As we start the simulation, you're going to see some other things popping up. So light is going to be represented by these yellow arrows. A water molecule is going to have the 2 hydrogen white atoms and the red oxygen atom. So it's going to look like that. An oxygen molecule, which is made up of 2 oxygen atoms, is going to have the 2 red atoms. We already talked about carbon dioxide. And sugar, in this case, a glucose molecule, which is one type of sugar, is going to kind of look like this. So it's, as you can see, it's a lot more complex. The other thing I want to orient you to is this graph right here. So this graph is going to end up being really helpful because it's going to give you the number of molecules you're going to see in the simulation over time. So where you see the black line, that's going to tell you the carbon dioxide levels over time. The red is going to be the oxygen, and then we've got the kind of lighter gray, which is going to be sugar. So I'm just going to go ahead and press go really quickly just so we can kind of see what's going to start here. Okay, so I went ahead and stopped, but you can already see we've got carbon dioxide in black, we've got oxygen in red, and I can hover over it and see what the actual numbers are. And then I've got sugar over here. One last thing, you can change the speed of your model by using this slider up here. I'll just make it go faster or slower. What I found in general with this model or the simulation in Chromebooks is that sometimes if you maximize your model speed, it shuts down or makes your Chromebook freeze. So you can kind of mess with that, but I have found that most kids have success more when they keep the speed in the middle here. It won't change anything, but just simulation will be over faster. If you were going to go ahead and start a new simulation, you would just say setup and reset. And as you can see, everything goes back to the default. So all we have here is carbon dioxide and chloroplasts. Eventually, later on, you're going to be doing an experiment. We're going to change these things. But for this particular activity, go ahead and just keep these as they are.